Katie, thank you. Thunderstorms brought thousands of lightning strikes to Oregon, stretching firefighters even more as they try to contain several large wildfires in central and eastern Oregon. Drew Reeves is in the Fox 12 Now desk area monitoring conditions this morning. Drew, what are you seeing right now?
Well, Kim, we're really seeing the impacts from the wildfire smoke right now into central Oregon. You can see the sensors here, that orange color, the unhealthy for sensitive groups range, but we also have sensors that are reading just pure unhealthy air quality. Firefighters, of course, having to deal with the winds brought by those thunderstorms yesterday, as well as the lightning strikes. We know that there were 2,000 lightning strikes just in central Oregon yesterday, and that started 35 new wildfires that firefighters had to deal with. We have some viewer photos of that lightning. One fire was discovered about midnight last night. It's a new fire that fire officials are calling the 10-mile fire. It's about 800 acres. They say initially it was very active when it was discovered, but it has since died down overnight. We also know that there were several other fires, about 20 to 25 acres, and it's expected that even more fires are going to be discovered from that lightning in the next few days. Of course, winds also helping to fuel wildfires that were already burning. One of those, the Akawa Butte fire near Sisters. Now there are new evacuation orders that had to be issued yesterday as that fire continues to spread. There's a shelter at Sisters High Schools now for people who are being evacuated. As of this morning, we know that it's burning 19,000 acres. However, they say they haven't been able to get a new reading on that because they can't fly drones right now because of the conditions there. So we'll likely get another update as we get later into the day today. The good news, they say, was that those thunderstorms did also bring some rain, so that helped to bring the fire conditions, make them a little bit calmer. They were going to take advantage of that overnight and take advantage of calmer winds as we go through the day today. Kim.
Drew, thank you. Fire crews in Forest Grove say a lightning strike set a tree on fire. Check this out. These are videos and photos they posted on social media along Gales Creek Road near David Hill Road. When crews got there, they say the tree was burning with smoke about 60 feet up the trunk. A tree expert was called in to bring it down, and firefighters went to work to put out hot spots. Gales Creek Road was down one lane while police helped direct traffic. It has since reopened.